What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I'm gonna give y'all this one because I know a lot of people might be dealing with this, and I think it's real important for us moving forward. To everybody who has bad relationships with one parent, both parents, just parents, period. I want to send this out to you. A lot of times, people get in situations where they grow up in a bad situation with their own parents, and some use it as a positive to take their lives in a better direction, and some let it negatively affect them so much so that it takes them downhill and they end up just making a mess of their own life, strictly because they didn't get the love from their parents. Parents might have been abusive. It's different levels to it. But I'm not really going into the abuse side of it. It's not physical. I'm going more so in the side where people may feel like, well, man, it's like, man, my daddy never supported me. My daddy wasn't there. My mama never supported me. My mama never really showed affection to me. I saw Dennis Rodman talking about that one time. He was talking about how his mom just never ever showed affection, never told, him and his brothers and sisters that she loved them and none of that. And uh, we don't know how strongly that can affect a child until they get old enough to kind of express that themselves. But there's so many different reasons why a parent may be like that. It may be a cycle where their parents may have been a certain way, or it may be a drug situation where it took them out of their right mind. It's all kind of reasons. There may be animosity and resentment for that child because that child wasn't planned, that child wasn't expected. So a lot of times when something is not expected, it's not always accepted. But there have also been many situations where that same child who had that bad relationship with their parents, they have become very successful as a direct result of that. And it's crazy because you say, well, man, what do they do? Well, they became motivated, not necessarily to be successful for themselves, even though some did. Because if the relationship is so bad and you growing up in that household, I've heard people say, "Nah, man, I did what I had to do because I had to get out. They didn't want to be there." But other times, the relationship is bad and the person is like striving so hard. I want to make my mama proud. I want to make my daddy proud. I just want to do something to get that approval because they've never gotten it. Especially in a situation where, because this happens a lot too, especially in a situation where you may have other siblings, and for some reason or another, those other siblings are held in a higher regard by your parents than you. So you're like, well, man, why do mama seem to treat my brother so good? She don't act like that with my sister. Daddy don't talk crazy to me like he talk. I don't talk crazy to my sister like he talk crazy to me. And like he buys her stuff. He spends time, but for some reason or whatever, some unexplainable reason, you just don't know why. And so a child in that situation, sometimes they spend their whole life trying their best to do something great just so they can see their parent just go, yeah, oh, that was good. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your son. Proud of your daughter, whatever the case is. And a lot of times they get really, really successful, because they driven by that rejection. And they feel like, if I could just do something great, then, you know, my parent will accept me. I saw Tina Turner. This was a couple of days ago, and one of the things that inspired this video, Tina Turner was talking about how her mother never, ever showed her no love. And even when she got rich and famous and she bought her mama a house, she said her mama accepted the house, but it still was not that love that she gave a little bit up once she got the house, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't what Tina might have thought it was going to be. And it goes to show that, look, at the end of the day, whatever issues a parent may be dealing with, to where they don't treat you the way they should have treated you, or you felt like they should have treated you. We always got to factor in any d- deep issues that they may be going through, and to understand that material things might not change it, probably won't change it. Um, Trying your best to accommodate them in any kind of way might not change it, probably won't change it. Whatever's in there has to be dealt with at the root. But meanwhile, you blowing up. So that is a good thing. But what you have to do is you have to reach a point in your life where you can love people without being around them all the time. And you have to make sure that even if it's a parent to say, okay, you know what, let me fall back. If they ever need me, I'm gonna be there. Anything emotionally, whatever, I'm gonna be there. But you have to make a decision to not allow yourself to be subjected to whatever type of um, abuse or neglect or disrespect you feel like you've been enduring all your life, and now it's going into adulthood. Now you have a choice. When you were living in a household, you didn't have a choice. You got a choice now. So you got to make sure that you do that. And then the last thing I'll say is to always make sure that if you came up in that kind of situation, when it's your turn to have children, one of the best things to do is to break that cycle and make sure that you don't treat your children the way you feel like your parents have treated you. You have to be the opposite and give them what you did not get. And when I say give them what you did not get, I ain't talking about just toys and money and clothes and shoes and material stuff and video games and all. No, that's cool too. But we've seen too many examples where children have received all of the material things growing up, and that they still have problems with their parents. There's still issues because them children, they want time and love more than they want anything. You know, most of them, they want time and love more than they want anything. They want attention. They want approval, pat on the back. Hey, good job. They want to be told. They want to be inspired and motivated the right way. So